again, Case Loki back finally with another video. Sorry for the long absence, but that cold I had gotten a bit worse. I kind of lost my voice for the last week or so and couldn't really do videos. But as I said on the other video, I was going to make a new one, or a new version of this without the monopropellant engines that keep screwing me over, and get it landed. But I think the reason that it was not working, even with the gimbals off, that caused the tanks not to explode, is I don't think thrust actually works when it's above objects. Because this one didn't even have any thrust from these engines, and I know they're not bugged because they're stock. But with the low gravity and these landing legs, they were able to take a giant amount of force. I think it was about 80 meters per second, and I bounced a good 100 meters in the air and then came back down, bounced another 50 meters and so on and so forth, and then came to a rest like this. But one thing I did not take into account is this. This doesn't have enough power to keep everything powered. It has maybe a quarter of the required power. So I'm going to have to go ahead and make either bring another reactor down, a carbonite miner, or a giant battery bank with solar panels. I'm on the fence on what to do, to be honest. There's a ton of options. Let's go ahead, and between videos I did add life support, so there's no more being easy with this. I'm going to actually have to supply food and water to the Kerbals during the flight. I just got to figure out where that's stored. Stowpack, round. I don't remember where they are at actually. Ah, there they are. Supplies. Probably only need about 200 or so. We'll need parachutes for this. I'll be bringing this back because I'm only bringing the Kerbals there so we can actually start piping up stuff. Because with the batteries and all that, I'm gonna need to hook everything up so it properly works. Where are those pipe connectors? I always seem to lose them. There they are. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and also put a heat shield on this because this is coming back. And we only need maybe one fuel tank for fuel for this. And that should supply enough fuel for this to get back by itself if everything works out properly. Now, oh, that would have been terrible. Okay, so there's their return ship. Now, I need to figure out what am I going to do to power this. Because there is carbonite at the area where we're landed, but I don't know if it's of high enough concentration to efficiently do this. We could just throw another reactor on, but it's kind of heavy, and if I was doing this in normal mode or career mode, it would cost so much to get it out there. Clean fuel, orange fuel. Oh, I didn't know that created xenon gas. Cool. So I think the best bet is just going to be do a massive battery bank. How much electric charge do these give? So we'll do 20,000. Is that 20,000? That's 24,000. No, that's 4, 8, 12. That's 20,000 there. And we're gonna need solar panels. I don't know what ones to use though. Track speed, 4.5 electric charge, because we need at least 15 electric charge, or over 15 electric charge, so it doesn't actually drain out. It charges while also powering. Where are these ones? These ones will probably be best. And then throw that on with another big impulse. $893. Yeah, that should be enough. Throw some lander lags on this. Oh, where'd those go? Where's the center of mass, actually? One thing we actually also got to add to this is monopropellant, because we're going to do what I was talking about in the other video, is where we're going to have to slightly push this into position, so how much? 15 reaction wheel. What's those edge ones do? 0.5, that's nearly nothing. Okay, so we might have to use some of the mono propellant for this. No, I want radial tanks. Little tiny ones, no, we don't want the little tiny ones. So there we go for that. We're gonna want one with... Those are way too big. Do we have any with... Trying to find one with a good thrust to weight ratio. Because we're gonna want at least... I'll just stack 2s. Okay, so that's the lander and the return craft. Now, we need another decoupler, or yeah, decoupler. And now we just need to, oh, sorry about that. Thought I had my screen blocker on. So, I'm going to go ahead and throw a reaction wheel on here, just to help when we get to orbit. And then, let's see. Don't need that much. We'll go ahead and put that much on. And I just remembered I forgot to install another mod that I wanted to install. I did install Trigger Tech and Life Support, but I forgot that I wanted to install Space Y lifters. It makes it so much easier when you got that much strength in the solid rocket boosters, even though it is a horribly inefficient method of getting to space. So, twin bores. So that gives us 2,000. And then we'll go ahead and... bigger ones. There we go. We'll go ahead and throw another 4 twin bores on this. That give us enough to get to orbit? Yes. And those will hopefully push it away when I might have to come back in and alter that, because that might actually screw shit up. There. Is that the one? Yeah. That final engine. So, this should be enough to get us there and back. If not, they will just have to take an extended stay. The good thing about Umbra Space Industries life support is, instead of causing your Kerbals to die, it just makes them angry and not wanting to do anything. Which, even though it's a little bit unrealistic, it's more forgiving. Once I got maybe a good supply of resources, I might switch to a more cruel version of life support, but right now I'm good with this. But actually, I forgot, the badass Kerbals, like Jeb and such, they actually aren't affected by I don't know why this is turning. They aren't affected by having no supplies left. They will still work non-stop, no problem. I need to lower my thrust on this, 'cause it's gonna... They will keep working no matter what. Well, the non-badass Kerbals, or not badass Kerbals, the non-orange suit Kerbals will just get so fussy from being hungry that they don't want to do anything more, but they'll just sit there and do nothing. They won't die on you, they won't cause any problems unless you do try and cheat the system by locking the supplies so they can't get to them. Over a bit of time, there's a random event that will happen where they will go hunting through the ship looking for supplies and then accidentally opening an airlock, sucking all the supplies out of the ship, even if you have more than enough to supply them if they find it. I had to learn that the hard way a few times. But it's a nice little mechanic. I don't know if TAC life support has that, because I've only used TAC a little bit. I find TAC is sometimes really hard to use, especially when you have a really good Kerbal and you're trying to use it and suddenly you crash the ship, destroy the life support, and then they're left there to starve out over the course of either a few hours or a few days. If you're really good at using the life support mods, sometimes you can go ahead and send a quick resupply mission, but for me, I'm not the best at it. Why is this... That worked nicely, actually. I don't know why this is spinning so much. I don't know what could be causing it. And we're at a convenient height. Why are you spinning so much? Yeah, I don't know what's causing that. It might be just something on the ship causing it. Or air resistance. Possibly air resistance. Like, my pitch and roll is just a tiny bit off. I don't know why either. I'll just let it spin. I'll just have to keep an eye on it. Maybe it's this. Toggle torque. Not that one. Toggle torque. Let's go ahead and start thrusting. Yeah, something's causing it, but for the life of me, I can't figure out what. Ah, I figured it out. It's my controller. I tried setting up a controller to used because it would be easier to use, but it turned into more of a hassle than needed, and I might have a bit of trouble landing this because of it. Okay, I'm gonna have to plug that in and try and get this fixed. Yeah, I'll probably have to go back to the Space Center, unplug the controller, and then come back to the ship. It would be the best bet to fix this. The controller I was using, its sticks are kind of old, so it has a couple issues with being properly set up. So back to the Space Center. Plug that. Now let's go check things out. It should fix the issue, hopefully. Yeah, issue resolved. Decent. So, we're in space now. Set as target. We're going to go for Minimus. Well, obviously go for Minimus, but go from this side. Kind of screwed up the orbit because I wasn't paying full attention. We're at a really high height. Come on. Okay. So, in this stage, we have 678 left. My roll is still off a bit. Why? Okay, we're just gonna have to automate this. Kinda sucks. I'll most likely have to restart the game after this video to resolve that issue. It's not terrible, but it's not the most efficient thing ever, or it's not the most enjoyable thing ever to have to deal with that roll issue. Okay, so we're there. And I don't think Trigger's tech installed properly. No, there we go. Margin 5 minutes. So delete on close. We should be able to do this at, say, 1:30. And then we can ditch this stage and go back to the last stage, which then will allow us a little bit more control on the ship in total, and also on when we get to the new area we can just adjust the orbit a little bit. Oh, decent. 1.5 minutes is pretty close. So with this, it should allow me to have that mining rig running constantly. Right now, the only thing that can run constantly is one singular drill, which isn't very useful if I want to make a full mining base. Even though I most likely won't be able to go through that amount of resources that I'll have. And back to rolling again. Why don't I have... This rolling issue's kind of making me angry. Oh, come on. Stop. I must have just overshot it. Oh, it looks like I undershot it. This is strange. So... yeah, I undershot it. So I'll have to readjust my orbit again. At least we have a ton of delta V. More than enough to adjust this and then readjust it. It's always good to have a ton extra. We'll start burning in a minute. This... well, I think I know what happened. I slightly adjusted the orbit by accident when I was trying to... oh. Yeah, I slightly adjusted the orbit a little bit by accident when I was fooling around with it, and that most likely caused the issue. Why is it... Okay, what is going on? Stop. Stop. This is just getting ridiculous, the amount it wants to spin. Okay. There we go. Sometimes this is so frustrating. Oh, that's why. There we go. So, we'll loop around. That will come up upon us, and we'll then do a maneuver node to... Actually, let's double check that now. Oh, that's way off. How many supplies do we got? We still have a ton of supplies, actually. I greatly overestimated the amount we needed. Add maneuver, focus view. That should be good. Go to target. Add alarm. Did that get us into the right orbit? Because that slight pitch and yaw issue is probably not the greatest. Hey, I think it stopped now. Might have been something to do with the ship, not the actual pitch and yaw issue. Okay. Now, we just need to circularize the orbit and then we can bring it down in that area. Shouldn't be too hard. What? Oh, yeah, I'm still... Come on. But yeah, with this we should have enough power if everything works out. And if I can land it close enough would be great. Worst case scenario, I just gotta land it, jump, land it, jump, land it, jump, land it, jump. If I place those RCS thrusters correctly, we should be fine with just using those. Bring it down to 170. There. Okay. We're gonna come back around. Get that in a good spot for us. Right about here. And I'll also use the engineer to clean up the unneeded stuff on the other ship, because we won't need some of the parts. It's just part management to keep it from causing a ton of lag, because once you get a ton of stuff all together, you'll start getting to yellow physics range where it's just a hassle to even move around, especially when you're walking your Kerbal around trying to attach stuff and build and repair and all that. Oh, I forgot I was on the other clockwise or counterclockwise orbit. I think I'm on clockwise orbit. Yeah. But yeah, it becomes a hassle trying to walk around when you have so many parts that the system can't even handle the amount you want to do. So it drops it down to yellow, or worst case scenarios, red physics range, which I think red is like a 10 speed and yellow is a quarter or a half speed. Okay, let's quick save just really quick. Have to remove some speed again. The planet is rotating with us. I just hope we can get this in place before nightfall. Which wouldn't be too bad. If we're lucky, this will land right on top of that. At 20k, we will start dethrusting. That should be good for now. And then if we could drop down to 0, we might be able to land really close to this. So I think we're gonna land right on it. Let's ditch that last stage, put down our landing gears. Okay, so we want to go to an RCS. We want to go over that way. This is the more difficult part when you're trying to land these bases is oh yeah, that spinning issue. It's back. Okay. Okay, so I think we are gonna drop in the area we need to. Or not. Let's see. I wish this spinning issue would stop. It seems to have abated the less ship we have, but not by much. I'll definitely have to restart. KSP. This is going to make the RCS part, come on, a lot more difficult. I might just have to land and restart because this is just making it way too difficult. I'm going to land within 200 meters, which is decent. About actually 500 most likely, actually. Like it's, oh yeah, it's because I'm as long as I can just keep thrusting up so I'm not I should be able to get this in this video. It's just more of a hassle. It's adding a little bit more difficulty, but not too much. No, 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 come on. Go back to center. Okay, so let's see how close we get with this. If we're lucky, it should be pretty close. We're just going to want to go aim at the... How much mono propellant we have? Ooh. We're going to stop using mono for now. So we're closer now. Okay. So we're within 300 meters of it. I believe the range of the pipes is like 50. So we'll land, reorientate ourselves, and then try again. $235 meters. So yeah, we're actually relatively close. This will land 15, 14, 13, 11, 10, 9, 8. Okay, so we want to let's try now. Come on, come on. Pull up. Oh. We're losing it again. No target. Yeah, this is probably going to be the one that gets us right on target. A little perseverance, we made it. Okay, so we're here. We'll go ahead and... Oh, I forgot to bring wrenches. Shoot. I knew I was forgetting something. That sucks. But I'm going to end the video here then. I think the video's gone to about 40 minutes now. So we've brought the required power bank here, but the main thing I forgot to do is actually bring a wrench. So in the next flight, I'll have to bring a wrench over. I'll probably just do a drone flight. And next thing I'll be doing is connecting this to this, it will then take power from this and these solar panels. Let's actually put those out, see how it looks. These solar panels will be able to power this. I wonder how much power those generate. I don't believe... Yeah, I can't see how much they generate. But those should give this enough power to run constantly and fill up its tanks. How much does this got now? I'm almost full on minerals. No, you're not yet. Stop mineral drill. Let's turn on metallic ore. And uranite drill. Uranite, not uranite. So, I'm going to end the video here. Next video will be fixing my blunder that I just did with that, not having the ability to attach those pipings. But I thank you for watching, and you have a good night.